Hi everybody, Mike Turner at Royal LePage Turner Realty. Just got an email from Royal LePage today, and I was just reading through it. Just let me minimize that video for a second. Okay, so the Royal LePage Q4 2025 home price update and market forecast is out, and just look through it. And I guess you've been watching the news. You know that the real estate market hasn't performed overly well in a lot of parts of the country. I think like Montreal, Quebec area, Saskatchewan, I think has done well, and Newfoundland actually has kind of bucked the national trend. So what I want to do is just every year I kind of go over the market. So I thought this would be a good time to do it. So I'm just going to jump over to our MLS system. So this is a chart that I like to use at the end of the year to kind of compare how the year went compared to previous years. So as we can see, the 2021, 2022, those were the real height of the COVID pandemic, and we just had a really big burst of activity. And you can see 2023 things slowed down, 2024 even more, and then 2025 we've had a really good rebound. So we're above actually 2023 levels, and this is actually the best year on record outside of 2021, 2022, which I'm sure we all agree we don't really want to go through COVID again. So as you can see with price. So the blue bars you see are number of units sold, and you can see here on the right hand side the number of listings, and then left hand side is price, and the green bar that you see, the green line here, is the average sale price. So we peaked in 2022, it retreated a little bit 2023, bounced back 2024, and 2025 we're now actually at a record high for the average sale price in Gander. So second best or third best, I guess, but the best year outside of COVID, and the highest prices on record for 2025. So it's been a very good market here in Newfoundland overall, really, because St. John's I think is very similar, maybe even better actually than the Gander market. I'm going to jump over now to some software that I have that takes the market and breaks it down. So I'm just going to go by area code or postal code, and here in Gander's A1V. Not seeing it right here. A1V, I'm going to add to search. So in the past 12 months, there were 178 units sold. The volume was $63 million worth of real estate changed hands, and the average days on market was 61. The average sale price was 353,791. Median sale price 355. The ask to sale ratio 97.78, and there was actually 52 houses that sold at or above list price. So that's a pretty high number actually compared to previous years. And then the number of agents selling real estate this year was 30. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to jump into the graphs. So I'm going to look at, I think I'll do the last 3 years and just have a look at the last 3 years. So as you can see, days on market. So this is just how long it takes from when the house goes on the market until we get an accepted offer. Typically, there's like 10 days to get conditions, but this is just from on the market to the vendor accepts the offer with conditions, and then we consider that the days on market. So what we're seeing here, lower typically is better. It just means houses are moving faster. So the black line is 2025, and you can see it trended very low in May, and then again over the summer. And the bulk of our houses close in the summer, so not unusual for the summer to be a big spike, because even though the sales happen in the spring, in Newfoundland we don't consider it sold until it actually closes. So that closing data happens typically in the summer, but the sale may have happened in the spring. So just when I'm going through these charts, just keep that in mind. So as you see, 2023, 52 days on market, 24, 66, and then 25, 65. So if you're wondering, roughly it takes, on average 2 months to sell a house in Gander. So some obviously will be a lot faster, some a little longer, but when you average it out, it works out to be about 2 months, just over 2 months. Jumping down to average price, and I think I'll do the 3 years. So what we're seeing is the price now Obviously, higher would be better for a seller. Maybe buyers would think differently, but as you can see, we had a price spike in September at 405,000, which I believe would be the first time the average sale price in Gander has been over $400,000. So I remember the first time I sold a house in Gander for 300. So it's quite an increase from those days. So, and you can see seasonality, it peaks up, it drops down. So I don't really pay attention to the early part of the year, the late part of the year, but in the spring and summer, this is typically where most of the houses close. So as you can see, 2025, the average sale price is 339 or 340, with a high of 405 and a low of 257. So that's the average sale price for the last year. The sale to ask ratio, I spoke about that earlier. You can just see higher typically is better. So what that means is less negotiations by sellers. And actually in December it went above 100, which very unusual. So yeah, so what you can see is the what you're seeing for list price online and what they're selling for, the houses that are selling, because I mean obviously way overpriced doesn't sell. We don't see that data, but anything that was listed and sold, the average price, the average ratio for the ask to sale ratio is close to 98%. So very little negotiating in this market. And then we're going to jump to units sold and go into units sold. You can see 2025 a little slower in the winter and then spring. Although houses are selling, they're not closing. So you can see the big jump now in the summer. And July was a very busy month. We had 35 houses that closed in July, 26 in August, dropped down in September, picked up again in October. But as you can see, last year it was 148 houses that sold, and now in 2025 there's 178. So quite an increase in the number of houses that changed hands last year. So what we're really seeing, and I'll get into that in a second, above 100, I just want to kind of show what's happening here. So as you can see, this is the number of houses that are selling at 100% or above. And in August, we actually had 11 that sold above list price or list price, and it's been relatively high. So as you can see, the average is 4, but there definitely were houses selling, list price or above in the spring and then closing in the summer. So just something to be aware of. It's a pretty tight market that we have right now. Not a lot of inventory on the market. And I can't really see inventory here, but if I jump over to the MLS again, and I'm just going to go back to search real quickly because right now we are January the 15th. Typically not a lot of houses for sale in January, but this is an unusually small amount of houses for sale. So I'm just going to take everything. So it says 38. I'm going to take off conditional pending because they're actually gone to the lawyers and waiting to close. Under contract, sale of a purchase of the purchaser's house, and then active we have 23. But I think if we drill down into that, those numbers are even lower. So I'm just going to jump to client thumbnail. And as you can see, there's some cabins, things like that. So we're at really what I would consider record low inventory for Gander, and I don't expect a big surge of listings, but we'll see when the spring hits. But right now, I think the story for the market is that there are record high prices, record low number of listings. So if you're thinking about selling your house this year, it's certainly a great time to sell. And if you're thinking about buying, then it's going to be, I think, another seller's market. You're going to have to be pre-approved and really, really ready to go. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me or one of the team members, and we'll be happy to help you and take you through the process. So just wanted to jump on because the numbers are out for the end of last year and just want to update everybody. Okay, thank you very much. Bye bye.